Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how you can pass UTM parameters to your email service provider using Zapier and SurveyFunnel. In order for you to follow along with this tutorial, there are several things that are already set up. I am already integrated with SurveyFunnel and the ESP I'm using in this tutorial, which is MailChimp. So those are already integrated with Zapier. And I've created a survey here, and it includes a multiple choice question and an opt-in form. Now, the other thing that this survey needs to include is a rule, and that is a catch-all rule. So I have selected catch-all rule here, and now I need to select use a Zapier outcome, and then I'm going to give this a name. Just calling it UTM tutorial. For right now, I'm just going to click finish here. So I have a new catch-all rule, so everyone who submits this survey will be sent to Zapier using this Zapier outcome. Now, the next thing I'll need to do is I'll need to visit the deploy link for my survey. So I'm going to copy this link here, and I'm going to paste that into a new browser window. Now that I've pasted my URL for my deploy survey here, the next thing I need to do is just add a slash and then a question mark, and then I'm going to add the UTM parameters that I want to pass. So you will set your own UTM parameters, but for me, I selected UTM source, UTM medium, and then the UTM campaign, which I want to pass along in Zapier to MailChimp as well. So now that I have my deploy URL for my survey and I've added my UTM parameters, I'm just going to click enter, and I'm going to complete the survey one time so that there'll be some test data for Zapier to use when we get to that step. So I'm just going to answer the first question, quickly answer the second question, and then here I'm going to add my first name and my email address. Great, so I completed this survey. Now I'm going to navigate over to Zapier to finish my integration. Here in Zapier, I'm going to click Make a Zap. And then for my trigger, I want to use SurveyFunnel. And then here, New Survey Entry, so I'll just click Save and Continue. Now I am already connected, as I mentioned before. I've already connected my SurveyFunnel account to Zapier, so I can just click Save and Continue here. If you need to, you can click Connect an Account to connect your account, and then just click Test to make sure that they're talking with one another successfully. But I'll just click Save and Continue. Now here I'm going to set up my SurveyFunnel entries. So it wants the name of my survey. So my survey is UTM Parameters Tutorial. And then my Zapier outcome, you'll remember I named that UTM tutorial. So now I'll click Continue. Then here I'm going to let it go ahead and fetch data. This is why I completed the survey one time, so there'd be something for Zapier to fetch. So I click Fetch and Continue. Great, the test was successful. I'm just going to click View the Entries. I can see the UTM parameters are passing. I see name, email, address, etc. So it looks good, so I'm going to click Continue. My action app is actually going to be my email service provider, so I select MailChimp. For the MailChimp action, I click Add Update Subscriber. I click Continue. My MailChimp account is already connected. I can connect a new account and test it if I need to, but I'm just going to click Save and Continue. Now here I want to map my list and the fields so that they'll end up in the right places inside of MailChimp. So here I'm going to select my MailChimp list, and then I'm going to pick the fields that Zapier sees from my submitted survey. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to click the email field, and then I click Refresh Fields. So now there was a field that was first name, and then I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to map the fields for UTM source, and UTM medium and UTM campaign, and click continue. So now we're going to send the test to subscriber to MailChimp. So I click here to send the test. Test subscriber was sent to MailChimp, and I click finish. That's it. I'll just need to turn on this Zap. I'm going to call it UTM Tutorial Zap, and then I'll make sure that I turn that on. Now I'm going to navigate over to MailChimp and double check that my new subscriber with my UTM parameters and their custom fields has made it over to MailChimp. Here I am in MailChimp, and I'm going to click on my list, and then I can see here that there is a new subscriber. I see the email, the name, and then I also see that my UTM custom fields have been populated with the information that I included with my UTM parameters. If you have any questions, please let us know. Help@surveyfunnel.io